Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic. This is where I channel the sacred guidance for this astrological week of the 20th until the 25th of October of 2020. And the sun is shifting towards Scorpio. So, Scorpio is considered intense. So if you think, that this is intense, wait and see. We got Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, so that in and of itself is already deep reflection upon the deepest inner truth of ourselves, And we're starting off the week, and I'm posting this a little bit later because we had our retreat, Moon Magic, which was wonderful and beautiful. And it obviously, makes that it was on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so I couldn't do the forecast. So that's why I posted a day later. So anyway, today, as we're recording this, the moon is in Sagittarius on the South Node. And, the South Node is what we have to let go of. And so we have to let go of adventure. We have to let go of being optimistic and overly blindly faith in whatever religion, the institutions, and, just thinking and believing that, it's just all going to go away and that the measurements or, the government's rules are just going to not be as tight as they used to. And so we can find ourselves in, a delusionment because we got Venus opposite Neptune and that squaring the nodes. So this is a grand cross. It means it could literally feel as if we're nailed to the cross like Jesus Christ. And, Jesus Christ here is, for me, it's a fitting image because it is about surrender. Because Venus opposite Neptune is the ultimate faith in, a higher power taking care of this. And Neptune is squaring, so it needs to happen. These delusionments, the illusions that we find ourselves in of that everything is going to go back to normal, that, whatever the relationship you're in, like, oh, what a beautiful person. Like, yes, I know, he's been cheating on me for like 3 or 4 times, but I know it's going to pass, So all these things, we're going to have to go through that pain in a sense, or we don't necessarily have to go through pain, even though, like Mercury in Scorpio is about really discovering where it hurts, right? So I think wherever you are suffering in this very moment is truly where there's a light being, shined on, well, the areas that don't just operate the way it will. It has to pass. Like, you have to let go of that and you have to find a new way. Right? We're in the Uranian kind of a times, Aquarian age, and so this is about finding new solutions and about sudden new situations and about neutrality towards, any situation, objectivity, non-attachment. And so we got Mercury semi-square Venus, and we got that to square semi-square the nose. So it's like it all needs to happen. We have to find out these truths. We have to find out the deepest, darkest parts of ourselves. And this is about relationships because Venus squared the nodes. It has to happen too. And that is about a truth because it is in the, mutable signs. And, Virgo, Gemini, all these, Sagittarius and Pisces, they deal with truth. So there's a crisis in truth in this very moment. And that can, be in any way for you right now. Whether that's, you believe that it should be possible to go drink something at night and, it's just being shattered because Pluto's in Capricorn. And Mercury is now retrograding in Scorpio. So we're going to have to investigate all those things of the traditions, that which we're accustomed to doing, traveling around the world, having enough money to, just go towards the other side of the world and, just drink or just be in a hotel and just stay in a way in England, but being in Mexico and thinking, it's just like you're in Mexico, but it's just, you're in a 5-star hotel. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying that this is a tradition. This is something that people used to do. And we're going to have to reflect on whether that is really sustaining for Uranus and Taurus, a new Earth, right? Whether that is going to help us, whether that is going to benefit us. And that is just what's happening right now for me until Saturn goes into Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius is when the lockdown happened. So there's going to come another lockdown. That's my opinion. And as well, Saturn in Aquarius is about blending the old and the new. So what is happening right now, and it's going to happen for 2 years, when from the 21st of December of this year onwards. So we're in this for about 3 years of reviewing what worked and what didn't. And this is I can't predict what works and what doesn't. I mean, there, in a sense, it is very very common sense that, just drinking until you're like, until you end up in the hospital and, whatever these big manipulative ways of doing business and top-down communication, it is really not helpful. And we're going towards the Aquarian age. So for me, it's about Aquarian themes of objectivity, neutrality, where every person individually is able to express itself in its own unique way. How I like to say it, to create art from its or her, his heart on earth, right? So it's very earthy, and it is about creation, and it's about art, and it's about the heart. Those are the 4 themes for me from the Aquarian age: creation, art, heart, and the earth. And all these 4 have to be blended. And if it doesn't support that, and if it is about destroying it in any other way, I think it's got to go. It's just got to go. And for everyone, I think creation can come in many ways. But when we're looking at the heart, right, this is really the soul. And does it serve an earth that is going to be sustainable, that is going to be, healthy? And that's the choice that we have to make collectively as a human being. That too is an Aquarian thing. It's about a choice collectively. Those are 2 main Aquarian themes. But if we fail to do so, well, then the earth is going to make the decision for us. Does that make sense? So, we have an opportunity here. And the opportunity is shown in the darkest of the dark moments. And I think this week, there's a storm coming, right? We got Moon in Pisces, trining over to Mercury and, Cazimi. So there is a moment of enlightenment, but it is opposite Uranus. So now we got electricity and lightning and thunder. Because Uranus is in Taurus, that's big thunder. And it is lightning. And it is opposite Mercury, Cazimi, which is an enlightenment. Something needs to happen really freaking a lightning striking on the earth and just storming. But we got Moon in Pisces, so in a way we're finding ourselves on the ocean with our boat, right? Mercury is in a way transport. So since we got Scorpio and Pisces, that for me is a boat. So we're finding ourselves on heavy waters, and it is very stormy, and it is an intense storm. Scorpio is intense. But this is about preparation. This is about, just doing what needs to be done as a captain for your boat, And like I'm no salesman, and I'm definitely not a captain in terms of like Navy, but it is about doing your preparation and to make sure that you're not going to end up sinking your boat. So I think this storm is kind of intense and heavy, and it might feel as if you're dying, but if you're doing the preparation work, I think you're going to survive. And so there's a silence always before the storm, and that is what this week is all about, really. Like, it is intense and you're feeling it, but not much seems to be happening. Mainly, I think on Thursday that is happening. The sun comes into Scorpio and you're like, ooh, this feels intense. Like, and the clouds are becoming darker, and it's just like, oh my God, that does not look any good, but it's so quiet. What is going to happen? What's happening? And so our preparatory work, what I'm talking about, is Mercury semi-square the nodes, semi-square Venus, Venus square the nodes, Neptune squaring the nodes opposite Venus. That is about what relationship is going to survive for your integrity self. Because once the sun comes into Scorpio, the moon is exactly on Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn in Capricorn. That is heavy as fuck. That's a whole month of Scorpio with the most heavy energy you can imagine. And you will feel it. It's heavy, it is cold, it is bold, and it is manipulation. It is mental emotional manipulation. We're going to have to go through this, but it is only to expose the deepest dark of the institutions, the government, but also of our highest, of ourselves, where we're not really in tune with our soul, with the highest being of us, but really act from ego and are attached to time, space, and our belongings. And so what relationship is going to support you in this new earth, new world, 5D, whatever you want to call it, your highest being, your soul? You're going to have to do some work. And Venus Virgo is really about precision work. And with this moon in Sagittarius right now, today on Tuesday, we're shooting our arrows, and we're not pointing them because it's on the south node. We're just pointing them everywhere, just shooting them everywhere. And this Venus in Virgo is really about really calmly, nicely pointing your arrow. And like they do in Zen meditation, like archery is they have these Japanese monks, they practice archery just because it is kind of a Zen meditation way of doing things, to really shoot your arrow at the right time, right moment, right place. And it's just like, shoo! It's a Zen practice. And I feel that this week is that. It is silent, but it could feel fucking scary because you understand there's silence before the storm. But if you can maintain that Zen mentality of, I know a storm is coming, but I'm just going to release my arrow at the right exact time. So this week is really about precision work and understanding right now, and you just release it. That's what this week is all about. In your relationships, with your fears, whether it is fear of abandonment, fear of the dark, fear of whatever. But that Mercury Cazimi on Sunday is going to reveal some truths about your relationship, about your fear of yourself, about, your integrity. And so then that moon in Pisces trining over to Mercury Cazimi is really healing. It is about a full surrender. It is about compassion, towards the self and towards the others, and the timelessness of truth, as Maurice Fernandez says, really becomes like, for a moment, something that settles in your life, and you're like, wow, this is beautiful. And in the darkest of times, then you can feel so freaking beautiful. So that's what this week is all about. I'm going to end it here so you got, the most important things. I hope you're dealing well. And if you have any question, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be happy to answer you anything regarding this week's energy or previous week energy. Just let me know how you are dealing with this energy. How are you dealing? Are you meditating or are you drinking booze? Like, I don't care. How are you dealing with this? All right. Much love. See you next week. Bye-bye.